Right, good morning, boys and girls. It's Thursday, the 4th of March, and here are the answers to the morning maths questions. So question number 1 is 5,234 take away 2,848. So let's draw that out first. 5. So we start with 4 take away 8. Obviously we can't do that, so therefore we have to go to the tens column and exchange. So that 3 then becomes a 2, and one of those tens goes to the ones column, so that becomes 14. So now the calculation becomes 14 take away 8, which is of course 6. Onto the tens column, we've now got 2 take away 4. Once again, we can't do that obviously, so we go to the hundreds column and we exchange one of those, so that 2 now becomes a 1, and when it goes into the tens column that becomes 12. So now the calculation is 12 take away 4, so 12 take away 4 is 8, and that goes there. Into the hundreds column we have 1 take away 8. Once again we can't do that, so we go to the thousands column to exchange. That 5,000 becomes 4, and that becomes 11. So now in the hundreds column we've got 11 take away 8, which is of course 3, and then into the thousands column we've got 4 take away 2. Okay, on to question 2. Don't forget, when we're multiplying, there's a number of ways we can do that, but what I'm going to be doing with these is to partition the second number. So we've got 9 times 45, so we're doing 9 times 40. Well, 9 times 4 is 36, so therefore 9 times 40 is 360. And then we've got 9 times 5, and of course 9 times 5 is 45. So therefore the answer 9 times 45 is 405. On to the next example, 9 times 55. Well, 9 times 50 is of course 450, and then 9 times 5 is 45. So the answer to the question 9 times 55 is 495. And then on to the last example, 9 times 65. Well, 9 times 6 is 54, so 9 times 60 is 540. And then 9 times 5, once again, is 45, and so therefore the answer is going to be 585. Pardon me. On to question 3. So we're dividing by 3, so we divide 66 by 3. Now, with a few days ago we looked at an example where you've got quite a high number divided by a low number. So if we count in threes, we go 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27 and 30. So you've got 10 lots of 3 there. And if we have another 10 lots of 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then that will be 60. So now all we have to do is count up to 66. So 63 and 66. So we've got 10 lots of 3 there, plus another 10 is 20, plus another 2 is 22. So that becomes 22. Second example, 75 divided by 3. Well, this is 66, so all we need to do really is count on from there. So let's go 69, 72 and 75. So here we've got, and don't forget to count all the dots, we've got 10 there, 10 there, plus another 5 there, so that's 25. So 75 divided by 3 is 25. And then 90, we've got 90 divided by 3. Well, we got to 75 here, so 78, 81, 84, 87, and 90. So that's another 10 lots of 3. So we've got 10 there, 10 there, and 10 there. So that is 30. So 90 divided by 3 is, of course, 30. Question number 4. What 3 numbers multiply to get 42? Once again, there are a number of different answers to this. So let's always start off with a fairly small number. So let's go 2. Now, if we do, let's say, 2 times 5, then 2 times 5 is 10, which is fine, but 42 isn't in the 10 times table. So we've got to think what times table is 42 in. So if we say like 2 times 4, that's another example. 2 times 4 is 8. 42 isn't in the 8 times table. So it's just a matter of trying a few different ideas. So let's try a 3. So 2 times 3, well, 2 times 3 is 6. And if you know your 6 times tables, you'll know that 42 is in the 6 times table. So 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dots. So therefore, the last number, remember you've got to do 3 numbers to multiply. So the last number is a 7. Okay, moving on then. Question 5 is 5.5 litres take away 2 litres and 282 millilitres. And before we even start this, the important facts you need to know here are that clearly 1,000 millilitres is 1 litre, and so that's why the 5 for the 5 litres, that's why the 5 is in the thousands column. And then we need to know that, just if I draw around this bit, and that half a litre is half of 1,000, which is 500, so 500 millilitres. So that's how we get the place value, that's how the digits are where they are set. Okay, here we go. 0 take away 2, clearly we can't do that, so therefore we have to exchange from the tens column, but there's nothing there, so therefore we go and move along to the 100s column. Now there are some digits, there is a digit there, so there's that 5 now becomes a 4, so we take that 100 and we exchange it for 10 tens. Okay, that now enables us to take that 10 and take one of those 10s, so if we take one of those 10s, we've got 9 left, to exchange it for 10 ones, and that now enables us to do the actual calculation that we started with, which was 10 take away 2. So 10 take away 2 is 8. And then usually what happens with these kind of questions, where there's lots of zeros, is everything else after that actually falls nicely into place. So 9 take away 8 is 1, 4 take away 2 is 2, and then 5 take away 2 is 3. So 5,500 millilitres take away 2,282 equals 3,218. Okay, and now on to question 6, the last one. So the sum of 2 numbers is 15, the difference is 3, what is the product? So once again, we've done this so many times, I'm sure you should know this off by heart now. When we talk about the sum, we mean that. When we talk about difference, we mean that. And when we talk about product, we mean that. Okay, now you need to know those. If you don't know those, if you keep forgetting, then you're going to have to find a way of remembering them. Okay, now people have all sorts of different ways of remembering these things. Sometimes they put it into a song, sometimes they just remember different letters of the words or something like that. But whatever it is, do what you need to do to remember. Okay, so the sum of 2 numbers is 15. Let's start with that. Right, so if we think of 2 numbers, let's say 3 and 5. So 3 add 5 is 8, so we can't have those 2. Okay, what about, let's make the numbers a bit bigger. So let's say 5 and 7. 5 and 7 is 12. Well, still no, still wrong, but it's getting closer. Right, 5 add 7. Let's say 6 add 8. 6 add 8 is 14. Now 6 add 8 is 14, so we're getting very, very close. So what about 7 add 9? Well, 7 add 9 is 16, so therefore we've gone too high. So why don't we go to, instead of 6 add 8, let's go to 6 and 9. So let's try that. 6 and 9. Okay, so if we add those two numbers up, 6 add 9 is 15, and I'll prove it to you by showing you that if we start on 9 and then we add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we start on 9, so that number is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, so the sum is 15. The difference remember, means negative, so therefore take 9. 9 take away 6 is 3, so therefore that's correct. And then finally, the question is actually what is the product, so therefore if we multiply those two together, what do we get? Okay, and 6 times 9, again this is a times tables question, boys and girls, so therefore it's up to you to learn these as quickly as you can. So 6 times 9 is 54. That's the answer to question number 6, and these are the answers for the morning maths for today. Hope you have a good day. Goodbye.